What's up, guys? You're watching Hustle with Hondo. Today we are going to be doing a recipe for a couple of chilies for a friend of mine who owns a restaurant. They do hot dogs and smash burgers. Cali Glizzy right here. They're a newer spot. They don't have anybody doing their chilies, so they obviously went to us because they kind of trust us with recipe development and doing some good stuff for them. So we're gonna get into it today. So they have these chili ready tomatoes. These are for the barbecue. So we're waiting on some of the team to get here today. We're basically going to be doing two different types of chilies. Something that they can use that's pretty versatile that can be used on hot dogs and on smash burgers since that's their specialty and that's what they do. The first chili recipe that we're going to be doing is more of a Tex Mex style. We're going to be caramelizing some onions, some bell peppers, red and green. We're going to do some fire roasted tomatoes. We're going to do some chipotles and adobo sauce. We're going to puree that down. Mix it in, even an achiote paste. We're going to use what you would normally see in like a pastor recipe. We're going to do beef chorizo, ground beef, and ground pork. And then we're just going to do a straightforward barbecue style chili where we're going to take our trimmings from our brisket and the trimmings from our ribs. We're going to saute those down, maybe throw them in the smoker for a little bit, get some smoke. And then we're just going to build a nice chili base with some dark chili powder, granulated garlic, granulated onion, get some garlic and some real onions in there too. But make sure they're diced really, really small. We want it to be more of a straightforward chili, no beans, because that's kind of our style and what we want. And then we're going to take it to them and see what they think. Okay, so for the first one, I'm thinking like Tex Mex.
Hi, my name's Christian. I've been working with Hondo for about 3 years now. We all met at Stoney's. I was an aspiring chef. I went to culinary school when I was younger. Once I got introduced to Hondo, he saw the talent within and he was pushing to get me on his team. I was with Hondo for a short while and then I ended up leaving the restaurant. After he ended his partnership with them, the first thing he did was hit me up and he was eager to have me back on his team, catering events and doing like these competitions, helping him prep and whatnot. Ever since then, we always had that bond. He's a great boss and an overall great friend.
My name's Carlos Rosas. I've known Hondo for about going on 4 years now. I was working for him as just a simple cook. Stuck by him even after we all left Stoney's. Every day we work with him, we kind of learn something new. He's taught me everything he knows really. The whole team together is fantastic. Chris working the front, having me and Hondo together in the back. No matter how many tickets are on the line, we handle it, we get it done. Coming up with the recipes is like a really fun experience, especially with Hondo, because you get to see how his brain works. It's like a really nice collaborative thing that we all get to do.
These are just the odds and ends that usually trim off of a brisket that are going to burn up anyway. We're going to cut these down into smaller dices and then we're going to get them in a half pan. We're actually going to put them in the smoker, get some smoke on it, so that way you can get a nice little depth of flavor in there, make it a little more special. So chili is great because it stews for so long. So just like a brisket cook, you know, where you're cooking it for 12 to 18 hours, you know, your chili is going to develop flavor as it goes along too, so that it's just going to add some heartiness to it. So now we have the trimmings from our ribs. When we get our ribs, we get whole spare ribs. We trim off the top part, which you would make rib tips out of, and then take the brisket bone off, and then any excess meat that's from there, we're gonna cut it down and mix it in with our brisket for our barbecue chili. So we got beef chorizo that we're gonna do right now. We're gonna get this on the flat top. We're gonna get this starting to cook down, start to liquefy a little bit. Then we're gonna add our vegetables to that. So now we're gonna get our pork. We're gonna cook it down a little bit before we put it in the smoker. Then we're gonna add our beef brisket. This is our great white seasoning. So if you were to go to the white sand beaches of Carmel, that's exactly what it looks like. That's what we season our brisket and pork with right before they hit the smoker. That's kind of been our signature with everything. We make sure to put that on all of our beef, all of our pork, and all of our bases. As this fat from the brisket and pork is starting to render out, it'll start to incorporate itself with the chorizo and the onions. And that's just gonna add to that flavor base, kind of building it up. We're gonna add our red bell peppers now. So we just added our green bell peppers to that too. So this is gonna be our vegetable base for our Tex Mex chili that we're doing. It's got the tricolor in there with the onions, the bell peppers, and the beef chorizo, and then probably add some broth. Diced stewed tomatoes, we added to that. We're gonna start to simmer that guy down. And we're gonna take the meat off right now too. And we're gonna get these guys in the half pan and throw them in the smoker. So now we have our brisket and our pork. We're gonna put it in the smoker for probably about 30 minutes, let it get some smoke, and then we're gonna do another fine dice on it, and then we're gonna add it to chili. Okay, so this is our smoked brisket and pork that was in the smoker for a little bit. We're just incorporating it into the chili now. We're gonna get this guy kind of stewed down a little bit and kind of let all these flavors marry each other. So after they're cooking down, then we are going to pack these guys up and get them over to Caramelize and see what they think. Okay, so we're headed to Caramelize right now. We're gonna take the chili that we just made. We have 2 different versions for them. Hopefully they're like one or the other, maybe both. I mean, who knows? But we're headed over there right now. All right, see you guys there. Yeah, so their hot dogs here are like really, really good. But like based on like Sonoran style like street dogs. And so hopefully what we have, we're gonna add something a little bit different with the collaboration to just kind of get things going. It's just gonna complement everything really, really well. So we're excited. Just a quick breakdown for what we have for you guys. So this is gonna be your hearty one. This is our OG straight chili dog style, no beans.
Like, bro, bring it up. You're gonna get chili on your fries. You can get chili on your hot dog. Do you like it? I love it.
That's the satisfaction that just it makes everything worth it. Absolutely. I think what's gonna help is the collaborative effort with it, because we're gonna be promoting it on our page, like, you know, that you can go get this here and it's not like out of a can. Especially because like they're made with our smoked meats that we have there that people have grown accustomed to, and so they know that the quality is going to be there. You guys do great.
Yeah, thank you. You guys have a good day.
You too. All right, thank you guys. Killed it. All right. Now it's time to go hit the smoke.